And good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing? I hope that you all are doing okay. As you come into the room, please hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel and definitely share the video. But please hit the like button. It helps the video to circulate. More people see it. Um, the more likes we get. I hope that you all are doing okay this morning. It is an early morning for me. We were on, last night, kind of late, but yet and still I'm up this morning because, I have to get out and get it in. Hey, but I'm going to the gym this morning though, and then I'm gonna get out and get it in. As far as my work, but I wanted to get on here to talk about the fear of young Dolph and some of them, and some more stuff. Okay. Um, as I've said before, I feel like a lot of, as I've preached about, and if you go back and look at some of my old videos, like I was very, very passionate about, um, when I spoke about why couldn't a lot of these other artists come together with Young Dolph and help to push the movement. When Young Dolph talked about, broke black nigga, remember me until I found the recipe. It's until I found out the recipe. Now, a lot of people could take that as a lot of things. They could think could take it as he was talking about the recipe if he was cooking up something in a trap house, but then it could be inspirational because it's really inspirational to me. When you talk about the secrecy of the music industry, how so many times, as I've been talking about for months, how some of these young brothers have been, and young, especially young black artists, have gotten taken advantage of so many times from by the sharky record industry, right? Well, when I hear him say broke black nigga, remember me until I found out the recipe. Young Dolph, if you talk to people that knew him, okay, they talk about how smart he was. He was smart. And so for him to go and find out the recipe, okay, and then apply it and then bring other artists up under him and teach them the recipe, it would have been like a domino effect, as I've been saying for many, many months. And I guess the thing that really, really, as I've been saying, I can't understand why didn't other artists, instead of hating on him for learning the recipe, being independent and making all kinds of money, because see, Young Dolph was getting money anyways. Okay. So he had the money to fund his career. He didn't have to be like a lot of these other artists, sign their life away for um a I forgot what they call it. I don't know why I can't think. The record company kind of fronts you the money, the upfront. I can't think of what they call it. Okay. But they kind of give you the money up front, right? Um, I don't know why I can't think of it. I guess it's too early. Okay. And advance, that's what it's called. Okay, I was in advance. So they jump and they take that advance and they promise them that they're going to promote them. And they may get there for a minute. It's just an illusion. You know, they don't think about, if I keep hustling. Young Doc was hustling hard. He was all in the chicken house. I told you I saw him in the Debo's one time. He was everywhere. He was hungry. And it paid off. A lot of people probably didn't think he would go as far as he did, but he did, you know. And then so instead of artists, they wanted to, when they saw that they couldn't lure him, I guess, into a pyramid scheme, because the rumor is some of these folks that think that they're God feel like everybody ought to be up under them, and they supposed to be able to make some money off of them. Let me not talk. Let me get away from talking about that right quick, because I'll get pissed off when I think about how some people are, and they feared him, you know, And then it was pure D jealousy too, because instead of some of these other artists that are in these 360 deals, these Sharky deals, they ain't getting money like they say. They're not, because their money has to go through 3 or 4 people's hands before they even get it, and they're continuing that effect with their artists. But here's young Dolph talking about liberation and things of that nature, independence. It might be you might have to work a little harder, but it's going to pay off. The money, you have to work a little harder, but the money is going to be longer, and you have liberation. And he was getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and he had plenty of money. He talked about it. They didn't like that. Of course, the record heads that we never see didn't like it, but these cuckabug Negroes that they give a few $1,000,000 and put in the front and give y'all the illusion of that they have and all this, they were just pure D jealous. They were jealous because they didn't have what Young Dolph had, and they were stuck in these deals, these 360 deals that they keep signing all of these other artists to, but they're not going to tell you that. So they feared Young Dolph instead of coming together with Young Dolph. And that's why I always say, like with our people, we got to do better. Because I think a lot of artists should have been trying to get up off of their knees and get with their lawyers to try to get them out of these slave deals that they are in. But instead, they would rather take out people like Young Dolph, people like Prince, people like that speak about these sharky deals, like Michael Jackson. When they started to speak about them, Young Dolph kind of missed it anyways. He did not, he didn't even allow them to pull um him into it. Let me tell you what my friend said. I think I was telling you all about my friend that I know from out of my friend from out of Harlem. And we was talking one day, and every now and again, like he'll call. We don't talk every day. Like he'll call me every blue moon. It'll be it's coming up time for him to call me again, like every 6 months, because he's out in the street heavy. And I think I told y'all there was a movie that was kind of mimicked, that was made after them, and I had no idea of it. Okay, and um, of who he was at first, but he was um he was talking about the 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 record industry, and he was talking about we was I'm not going to even talk about, some we some stuff that we had he kind of brought up, and he was like, well, it is a he says, when you get over $10 million, because he deal with these people. I don't know what he do for him. I don't even want to know. I don't want to know what he do, because he said, I do some work for them. I don't even want to know what he do for him. And he said, he says, when you get over $10 million, these people are going to ask to have, and he gave them a name, and I don't want to say the name. They're going to ask to have a sit down with you. He says, I believe he said it was 10 million. He says, and if you don't want to have, because you're looked at as powerful when you start getting over like $10 million. That's why I know a lot of these Negroes ain't got nothing. It's they living off credit cards and borrowed stuff. Don't let them fool you. But when you start to amass wealth like over $10 million, they want to have a sit down with you. He said, and if they're going to ask you for a meeting, if you don't go to the meeting, they're going to ask you again. And if you can't make it, they might ask you a third time, and then it's going to be looked at as an insult. They're going to want to deal with you because you got over. He said, and you ain't even got to be in the industry. It was weird to me when you start to amass a lot of wealth, and they can't have a sit down with you regardless to what industry you in, because they look at that as being a person that's powerful. They want to make sure that you're all on one accord, because money is power. That's going to be looked at as an insult, and then they're going to have people to handle you, right? And I remember him telling me that maybe like last year, because like I said, we'll go 6 months without talking, and then I'll look up and he'll FaceTime, and he'll want to talk for 3, 4, 5 hours on FaceTime, and then I won't hear from him again for 6 or 7 months. You know, But I mean, even though he's a hardcore street dude, he's very wise because he's kind of been around these people in a grimy way. He's from Harlem. Like I said, that movie Made in Full. Was it Made in Full? And it blew my mind because I went and did some research. I was like, oh my God, that is him. Is it Made in Full? Was depicted after them. So, you know, instead of people coming together, you know, and overthrowing, and I'm talking about because these young black men are the ones that they're taking advantage of. They know, especially in the beginning, these African American men didn't know anything about business. And I guess it bothers me that so many, as far as black people, they see our history of how our people have been taken advantage of because we were the dancers, we were the ones with the rhythm, the rap. We started the rap. That's something God allowed African American people to get rich off of, and the devil found a way to flip it and make them the slaves yet and still, and they get the money when it should be the other way around. Anybody that's doing the work should be getting the majority of their money. I wouldn't give a damn about how much money somebody put up. Okay, okay. So, I was thinking about that. Just the way that they feared young Dolph and what he was doing. They knew if he had stuck around, he's a Leo like myself. They know if he had stuck around, okay, longer, that he was going to change a lot of lives. And that's what I can't understand about the people that's in the industry, especially a lot of these black people. They play y'all against each other, they play us against each other, and they gladly take the bait. I've never been able to be played against nobody. I have to say I'm real strong and firm on that. I don't let people play me against anybody. But it's sad that our people, and see, it's easy to do when you already got a jealous spirit instead of embracing young Dolph. Okay, because even if he was going back and forth with somebody on wax, I don't give a damn about that. Tupac and Biggie did it, and when they was going back and forth with each other, it was just like checking. They just had a rhyme to it. They was making money. There's always been rap beefs, but it never resulted in death. Okay. So when jealousy starts to get involved, it turns into hate and things of that nature because really it's all about jealousy. But it's sad when our people can't put jealousy to the side. Okay. And say, dog, what he doing? I really like that. Instead, people are thinking he got one up on me, especially when some of these artists already got mental illnesses. You can look at some of these folks, you look at their eyes and tell it's something ain't right. Because anytime you could just kill somebody because of jealousy, it's something that's mentally not right about you. Okay. And then to be consistently doing some of the things. I was talking to one of the attorneys yesterday that was looking at my vlog. They was like, damn, it's got to be grimy because people are still consistently being sent out. So look at how it ended with young Dolph, because look at how they still, some people, they still able to pay people and send them out. And it's sad when our people will do anything for some crumbs. Because trust me, when people are investigating stuff, they know who is behind all these trolls and things of that nature. And they're going, damn. I mean, look at how they going hard with the people who don't agree with them, trying to change the narrative, but it ain't gonna change our investigation. And that's what I've been saying. But people will do anything for crumbs, either to include mess up their own profession. Okay? To mess up their very own profession. Some of these one number criminals and crackheads on here anyway, so they would scrap for crumbs when they, instead of being like Dolph and thinking independently and saying, well, listen, I got the gift, because some people just got the gift of gab. They lie and people believe them. And it ain't never been nothing, no rules against getting on a vlog and embellishing and lying. But then they make it into something more sinister when you start hacking and plotting murder on here and things of that nature. And that is what has been going on, setting people up, taking money from the very people that did this to Dolph to set up people, from what I was told. Okay. So they feared young Dolph, and it's unfortunate that it's like it's etched in the DNA of some of our people. Just like they did with the house nigga. How they trained the house nigga to be meaner to the field people. And that's kind of what's going on, instead of coming together. Because if all those slaves had come together, they could have killed every damn master out there. I know then I don't blame them, because they were just conditioned to be fearful. And it's kind of like how our people are. Where a lot of our people are conditioned to be fearful of the next one rising up, instead of watching them and getting the blueprint. Because Dolph had the blueprint. All the rest of them may have learned. Some of these other ones that are in these 360 deals, they may have gotten the blueprint after they were in these slave deals, but they stuck in these slave deals. And sometimes they become bitter. And because young Dolph spoke about that and kind of let people know, listen, they some of them, and they ain't having what they saying. And I got artists that are up under me that I have taught the recipe, and they having more than a lot of these folks that's getting all this promotion and stuff. They ain't really got that. They feared that. They didn't want him saying that. The music industry didn't want him teaching the recipe, as I've been saying for months. And so it's a sad thing that, when the music industry, but even though the music industry didn't want him teaching the recipe, it was a bunch of cuckabug head jealous Negroes, from what I'm told, got together and plotted and took him out. Now, I don't know who was behind that with them all the way to the top. I don't know. Okay. But it's sad when I'm told that the hit came from a homegrown level. And yes, it makes me really sad, because I'm a true Memphis girl. I love Memphis. I love Memphians. Okay. That's why when people, and I know some people are troubled. They'll get on their vlogs and they'll try to slick diss Memphis. And I guess they want to, when people are troubled, they want to see if you're going to go back and forth. F them, the ones that do it, because I already know it's to get a reaction. That's why I tell people, don't take the bait on that, because the thing about it is, it's crime going on in every city. I don't see them reporting on a damn thing in theirs, and their cities probably more crime infested. But oftentimes it's one thing when you're reporting on something and you're being true about it, and it's another thing when you're just trying to slick diss Memphians. That's a mental illness. You know what I mean? I'm gonna throw a shot at them. That's kind of messed up. But it don't make me mad, motherfucker. So you can keep doing it, because when you talk about something, oh, that makes her mad. It don't make me mad. Some people are mentally ill. That's what I'm talking about. Our people, if they think there's a trigger, something that upsets you, it makes them happy. It don't make me mad. Okay? It don't piss me off. So don't get happy because it don't piss me off. Okay? But this Memphis is my city. And some of the very people that's dissing Memphis and talking about Memphis, you can't get them to report on their city because they scared. And their cities are more crime infested, and I know it is. Okay, that ain't no speculation. I know it is. Okay, but it's one thing when people genuinely want to report about young Dolph. It's another thing when you have troubled people that's just trying to keep shit going all the time. That's for another vlog. Okay. But anyways, I wanted to get on into talking about these indictments, which is something I told y'all back in January that somebody had said, even after straight dropping them were arrested, someone had said to me, very reliable, that there were going to be and their words were other rappers, and I quote them, there are going to be other rappers that are indicted. That was back in January. Was really, I hadn't said much about it. I think I kind of threw that out there, but I've been hearing it in the atmosphere again about some indictments are getting ready to come down. I don't know, but I think what people don't understand when people are on the internet trying to change the narrative, and there's no crime about it. That changing the narrative is a crime about when you try and do things to people who know what you're saying is bullshit and they're not going to go along with it. Okay. But um I've been saying, because I that's what I was told, that Straight Drop and Cornelius were not the only people that was involved in this young dog situation, and they were not going to be the only ones arrested. I said that back in January because that's what I was told. And now it's in the atmosphere again that some more people get ready to be indicted. I told you they said it's gonna come in doses because it's quite a few people involved. Who's involved? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who. I don't know the names of them. I just know it's in the atmosphere that some more get ready to come down. Okay. And so when people start doing criminal things because they are afraid of you saying this and that, there's nothing, especially when it's a lot of these cap people, these folks get on here telling flat foot lies. Okay. What they say don't mean a damn thing. But there's nothing that, even if I drop some jewels, there's nothing that I can say on here, okay, that the people don't already know. Because from what I was told, they know what happened, why it happened, and who all was involved. I think I've been saying that for the longest. It's just a matter of tying up the loose ends. So, it's a lot of people just on here making money with their lives. And I ain't mad about that. But it's not going to change anything. That's why I've always said, y'all, um, with this young Dolph situation, he's going to get justice because that's what I was told. And I believe the people that said it. I believed it from day one. And it has not been hard for them to seek justice. I was told it's when you have the Memphis police investigators and three different federal agencies that's working this case. Hell, you can only imagine what in the hell is going on. It wouldn't even be safe for people to know all the details of the Young Dolph's case. Not with three damn different federal agencies working it. It couldn't be safe. So you know damn well that these folks couldn't possibly know what was going on. Hell, I wouldn't even want to know everything. I'll learn when it come out because it's coming out slowly, and it's sure gonna come out. That I can see, that's a fact, right? So, but I think I've always said he's gonna get justice, and crime don't pay. It goes back, and I have to go on ahead and just add a scripture in there. Y'all know I do. The Bible says your sins will find you out. I'm telling you, if that can apply to this young dog situation, your sins will find you out. They'll make a fool out of you every time. But what I can't understand is people who are not necessarily involved, was not even in the beginning involved in the conspiracy or the murder, how they are getting themselves caught up and going to end up getting charges over this internet stuff, all for money. you know. So it's a lot of people that have brought themselves into this help. Ain't no telling why them three federal agencies are involved. Let's see, you got the marshals, the FBI, the DEA, from what I'm told, and the Memphis police investigators. So I think I've been telling y'all, y'all heard it here first. I've been saying it since January. It's in the atmosphere about some more indictments about to come down. And even when these come down, they ain't gonna be finished from what I'm told. Okay. So we gonna see, we gonna see. When I hear something, my sources are always they're reliable. It may take a minute, but because I was telling y'all when they was talking about Cornelius, them they don't have anything. I kept saying, y'all, I don't know how they're gonna get out of that. I don't know. And then you have an 800-page discovery package. So, but we're gonna see you guys. Okay, I got to get off of here because I got to go work out. But because the case that I had been on, y'all, I've gained. I was, I was stopping and we was having to stop and get food every day because we was out 12 hours. We was eating out 2 times a day. So, it didn't take long for them pounds that I had lost to pack back on. So I got to get them back off. So I want y'all to hit the like button. Also subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed. Um, Also share the video. And if you would like to donate to the channel, there's a heart button that says thank you that is right up under this video. You could do that, or you could do it via Cash App. I want you all to know I really appreciate you so much. My subscribers absolutely rock. The older ones that have been here since the beginning, and the newer ones that are coming in. And God is revealing all those other ones. He's making them show their hand. Y'all, this is the season of revelation. I'm telling you, everything is coming out. Okay? Even the trolls, God is making them reveal their hand. And child, that stuff that hacking and stuff, we're gonna talk when they finish. We're gonna reveal all of that too when they're finished. Okay, but I want you all to have a good day.